Dude, you're a really good-looking guy.
Thank you.
You're a handsome guy, and when I met you, I'm kind of taken back. To be handsome in South Florida, back in the day, how was that? And was that distracting? I mean, like, making some money. Miami Beach, South Beach was blowing up around that same time. Like, how was that lifestyle for you?
I still have a lot of fun. I'm happily married.
Yes, you are. We'll get to that in a second.
And my wife is beautiful, so I
Yes.
guess I met my match in that
Beautiful.
sense. Growing up in South Florida was really great. I will say, I always laugh at the line when Jay-Z says it, there's no such thing as an ugly billionaire. It is true, the money supersedes the looks, because I got a lot of friends I know that are very, very good looking, but they have no money, unfortunately don't get the same attention and access.
Yeah.
But growing up in South Florida is really a great place.
Not distracting?
I guess it could be for some.
If you're focused.
But if you love what you do, like this is where I want to be. I look forward to Mondays. Like, I want to do what I do. I don't go home at Friday at 5 o'clock and say, I'm done for the weekend.
Give me a beer, I'm all man.
Yeah.
No.
So I love what I do, so I'm not really distracted because this is where I want to be and this is what I want to do. And I hope everybody finds that path of whatever it is. You want to be the best veterinarian, artist, whatever it is, just be the best you can be at what it is and you'll enjoy it. You won't get distracted then.
No. I have some friends. I have some people that I know, entrepreneurs like yourself, younger, not as successful, but man, they can't get married. They don't want to get married. They live here. They have the yachts and the Lambos and the Ferraris. And the women are just gorgeous, right? Men and women both are just amazing looking in South Florida. So
it's true. It's a little short-sighted, though.
Yes, I agree with you.
At some point, you want someone by your side who's really aligned with you, and yeah, I mean that's fun for a minute, I guess. But at some point,
I agree with you.
At some point, you got to stop using people, I guess.
You're right. I met my wife, I was 22, she was like 19, and I've been with her, I'm 41.
Right.
So I've been with her forever. And if she wasn't in my corner, I don't think I would be where I'm at.
Right.
She's the inspiration behind this podcast. She's the one kind of pushed me to do it, right? So with that being said, you bought your first building in 1998, right? Tell me, what happened to the journey after that? Would you have some setbacks? I like setback stories.
I got a little lucky with the building because nobody wanted to buy real estate then. This
Yes.
was the 1990s after the RTC
Sure.
collapse and the government took over a lot of real estate. So I bought the building and I didn't need any income from it because again, I was a single guy and I think back then I was living well in a brand new rental community. The rent was like $900 a month for a one bedroom. I had like a Jeep Cherokee and like a limited even was like $400. My expenses were very low. So when I bought the real estate, the income didn't matter. So I put every penny I had right down to my last $50 into the property. And I even went and applied for credit cards before the closing, thinking if I'm short, I would take money off the credit cards, which luckily I didn't have to do. And I got lucky because when I bought it in June, I remember going to the closing and the lawyer, and I won't say his name because I won't use that, but I do remember his name.
Okay.
But he did tell me, he's like, what's your plan? And I said, well, I'm going to re-sign leases with existing tenants because of the foreclosure on the property. Those leases were voided. I said, I'm going to fill the space. I'm going to clean the place up and make it great. And I said, then I'm going to refinance to get my money back out. And then I'm going to go buy another one. And he literally laughed at me and told me, you think that real estate's that easy? And I kind of did. And then when I would go to work as a stockbroker, even the guy who taught me the business of being a stockbroker, he was laughing at me. He's like, you're going to put all that money into a piece of real estate? And that's how much money you're going to make? He's like, that's the dumbest thing. And they were picking on me and laughing at me. And I said, huh. But I closed in June. And in July and August, I worked. I remember getting my first tenant. I still remember his name, Adrian LaFont. And he came in and he gave me the deposit. And he was my first tenant I signed. I did renew leases with the 4 existing tenants. We signed leases for the 3 spaces that were vacant. I had my friends come out because, again, I'm 25. So I paid them. We had beers and stuff over there and pizzas. And we cleaned the place up. We emptied out vacant units. We painted it. We made it look really great. And in December of 1998, I completed the refinance, and it appraised for $800,000. I bought it for $575,000. I was able to get $600,000 out. I got all my money plus about another $10,000, $15,000 after the closing cost, and I was off to the races. January, 1 month later, not only was the property fully cashed out, I was getting $5,000 a month in cash flow out of the property, which was more than I was probably spending at that point in time. And I was like, this is the greatest business in the world. And I was happy that people were so down on real estate because I had my pickings. Brokers would call me. I could just pick between 10 properties. The total opposite of what it is today.
That's insane. Yeah, lawyer who said that to you, I think his belief system probably very limited.
Yeah.
I think you don't know any better. Sometimes that's the best thing, right? When
Absolutely.
you're ignorant and like, this is easy, and it is. Let me ask you, Todd, how often do you see people make things more complicated?
All the time.
All the time.
I think that's one of the biggest problems, and especially I mentor a lot of young people, and I have high school kids and college kids and all ages come into the office, and they come in and they give me all the reasons why certain things won't work, and I tell them, and you're right. They don't focus on, even in life, even if it's not about real estate, like, but what about the things that could go right? Just focus on that. We don't know what could go right or wrong, but just focus on what could go right, and when something goes wrong, you'll deal with it. I mean, look, we're in real estate. Hurricanes happen, fires happen. We had a car drive through a window last week, and it's going to happen. But deal with it one by one. Don't anticipate the bad.